All right, so this is a video of how to install the receiver plate kit that I sell. I have sold this to a few of my customers who have bought multiple ramps from me. Those people tend to leave them on the truck, so they don't like to take it off in order to hook up a trailer. You know, I will say that this kit is not DOT certified in any way. This is just something that I designed for people who are willing to do this at their own risk. Again, it's not for sale on the website. We have to have a conversation before I can sell it to you. But the idea is just it's a 3/16 inch plate kit, 3/16 inch plate on both sides, and it's just cut on the plasma table, around the standard hitch mount that I supply for all the ramps I sell. And as you can see, it's basically just a series of bolts in strategic locations that just add support. As far as its strength is concerned, I've tested it. It's pretty strong. But again, this is not for highway use. This is typically, that right there, just I'm showing you is a spacer. There's only one supplied with the kit, and it goes usually at the top on the back there. And the reason for that is it allows for whatever receiver you put in there, whatever hitch you put in there to sit straight. If it sits up too high, you can take that spacer out and put it at the bottom or whatever. It's just one spacer, and like I said, it's just really kind of used more like a shim than anything else. It comes with 9 grade 8 1/2-inch bolts. Initially, I had them set at 5/8 bolts, but those bolts are enormously expensive. And again, this is not really designed for highway use. So it kind of came about with a customer who said he needed to move some trailers around the yard, and I put something together for him to use. And then since then, I've sold probably 25 or 30 of them. And again, it's just something that if you ask me about it, I'll tell you, but I don't have it on the site because of obvious liability reasons. But the idea behind it is basically you just, you thread all the bolts in, and I'm cranking down this top bolt. I don't usually crank down everything at once because you kind of want to leave it loose so that you can get it to sit level. Eventually, whatever you hook up to this thing will add its weight and make it settle. But I tighten up that top piece just enough so that I can get it set in place. And then once that's pretty much settled and the rest of the bolts are, or the nuts are on there and snugged, you can kind of make some adjustments before you tighten everything down. For the purposes of installation, so that I don't ruin the nylock nuts that come with this, I did replace the nuts on this particular install with just regular grade 5 1/2-inch nuts. It does come with grade 8 nylock nuts, which prevent vibration from them coming out or having to use lock washers or any of those things. But it's really pretty self-explanatory. So this front plate is still loose, and obviously you can see here you can just slide a receiver in there, and then you put the pin in, and then for the most part it's done. Now you just crank everything else down, and once it's cranked down, you should be good to go. Again, this is not for highway use. This is not one of those things that I suggest you have your ramp hooked up to your truck and then you hook a trailer up. There's a couple of reasons for that. One is that the hitch mount being the only connection point for the ramp, any weight you put on it is going to bend the ramp away from the truck. You hit a bump, the ramp can bounce up, or you can bend some things. So that's not what this is for. If you decide to use it for that, it's 100% on you. A lot of people buy my ramps and then they add supporting hardware to make it so that it's not, so that it doesn't come off. And then all of the connection points together add for a pretty stable design. But again, this was just to solve a problem that most customers had. I'm showing here that these are just regular nuts, but they do come with grade 8 nylock nuts. And then you can see that spacer there. And that's to prevent it you know, from shifting forward or backward. If it shifts down, you can, you know, you can put the shim at the bottom and the front. If it shifts up, you can put the shim in the back at the top. So that's pretty much it. That's self-explanatory. And this is something that I designed so that you can install it while the ramp's already on the truck. And, you know, you can take it off. This is, like I said, it's kind of just a spitball thing. If you need it and you think you can use it and you're willing to accept whatever comes with it, it's yours.